Good morning, welcome to Headline Focus here on Core Politics with me, Rob Double. The date is Thursday, the 14th of September 2017, and with about 10 minutes before the start of the working day, let's have a look at what's in the news. So there's a lot of news coming through in all of the papers today, not much really cutting through as a general consistent story. So let's just walk you through it. First up in the Times, foreign company tax row. Now, foreign companies which are selling goods to the UK through Amazon and eBay are evading tax on a third of all sales, the Times is reporting. It claims that HM Revenue and Customs has accused Amazon of not tackling the multi-billion-pound fraud while profiting from the commissions they get from the sales. Parliament's Public Accounts Committee has waded in. They've said that the marketplace was being obstructive in providing the relevant data, and it says it's costing taxpayers £1.5 billion per year. That's in the Times. Next up, Hurricane Irma continues to be in the papers, this time in the Daily Mail on their front page. UK overseas territories hit by the hurricane, such as the British Virgin Islands or Bermuda, cannot use the £13 billion foreign aid budget, part of the UK budget, because they are too wealthy. Now, this is under rules set out by the Organisation for Economic Cooperation and Development. Pick up a Daily Mail if you're interested in that. Finally, you can probably see Prince George on some of the pictures, particularly on the red tops. This is due to a story relating to his school, St Thomas's School in Battersea, which was broken into on Tuesday afternoon while lessons were in progress and while the Prince was at the school. A woman was arrested on suspicion of burglary by the police, and security measures at the school have been reviewed. I should say that The Sun is reporting that the lady broke in twice in 24 hours. Let's look in focus, though, at the main story today, which is, of course, Brexit, and looking at the Telegraph and the Express. Now, this is to do with Jean-Claude Juncker, the European Union's Commission President's State of the Union address yesterday. Now, I was there along with some of the Core Politics team to review what he said in the speech, but basically, as the Telegraph is putting it, it was a very expansionist idea which came through in the speech, and the idea of increased European integration across the Euro, banking union, defence, foreign policy. He laid out basically his vision of where he saw the European Union going. Naturally, the Daily Telegraph is saying United States of Europe as its title, saying the speech was a blueprint for further EU expansion. The Express similarly calling it Brussels boss reveals plot to grab even more power. The second point coming through in that story, though, is what Jean-Claude Juncker said in his speech regarding Brexit. He said Britain will regret Brexit, or he thinks Britain will soon regret Brexit. That was referring to UKIP heckles from the side of the chamber. Finally, then, one more story. This is the pay cap vote. Now, the pay cap has been going through the news, a number of days now. If you watched previous morning briefings, you know all about it. But this is in the newspaper, which is covering the fact that MPs passed a Labour motion for a fair pay rise for NHS workers. This is after the DUP, the Democratic Unionist Party, signalled it would not side with the government whip, and the vote was non-binding, however, so it doesn't have any impact on actual policy. However, it does show the limits of the confidence and supply motion which the DUP has with the government, and it will not prop up the government in non-binding but also non-essential votes for the government. I should say, look at Inside Europe's latest episode if you want to know more about Jean-Claude Juncker's State of the Union address. You can find all the latest on what we're doing here on Core Politics on our Facebook page and also on Twitter. But from me, Rob Double, and all the team here live at Core Politics, have a fantastic rest of your Thursday.